Hey everyone, Toronto Ty here, ready to give my final prediction about the announcement coming tomorrow morning, August 15th, 2018. Canada's Wonderland has written on its website this is going to be their biggest announcement in history, so I'm really excited, but I am still trying to manage my expectations. First, the Hyatt Place and Hyatt House Hotel. Based on the planning documents submitted to the City of Vaughan, the 8-story hotel will feature 203 rooms, not the 603 rooms I mistakenly listed in one of my previous videos and has been mentioned on Screamscape. As indicated by Cedar Fair's CEO Richard Zimmerman in a Cleveland Business article, it will open in 2020, but I imagine they will announce it tomorrow as part of the big announcement. This hotel will be located at 2 Canada's Wonderland Drive between Rutherford Road, Canada's Wonderland Drive, and Highway 400. Now on to more exciting developments. Canada's Winter Wonderland. If they dare call this event Winterfest, they will really miss the mark, but regardless of name, it has been rumored Wonderland will be getting a winter event for a few years, and 2019 seems to be its debut. I'm predicting this event will feature holiday treats, shows, within Wonderland Theater, Action Theater most likely playing a Charlie Brown Christmas, and on Wonder Mountain as a Starlight Spectacular show. In addition, the park will be decorated in lights and other holiday decorations. It'll have character meet and greets with the Peanuts gang in their holiday sweaters, as well as Santa, and ice skating on the Royal Fountain. I also think that they could have sleigh rides through the more wooded sections of the park. And please note that I think some of these details may not be mentioned tomorrow, but some basic information about the event will be shared. With the land prep that's been done in Splashworks next to Whitewater Bay and the tongue-in-cheek mention of a water slide in one of Wonderland's teasers, I think we could see a small water park expansion for next year as well. And although I have no idea what it could be, any type of high-capacity slide tower will be much appreciated. And as if that's not enough, 2019 season passes will probably also go on sale tomorrow. This is actually very exciting because Wonderland's recent 8/15 announcement teaser mentioned a golden opportunity for season pass holders, as well as mentioning when your season pass turns gold, followed by an ellipsis. This implies Canada's Wonderland will be introducing a gold season pass between the regular season pass and the platinum pass levels. I imagine this will include season-long parking, Halloween haunt, and Winter Wonderland event admission, thus making it perfect timing to introduce it, as 2019 again will likely see the introduction of this winter event. Did I miss anything for 2019? Oh, right, the dive coaster. First, it has been confirmed to be a dive coaster thanks to certain signs on the tracks sitting in the storage area of the parking lot, and is undoubtedly a floorless coaster, as the retractable floor sections for the station are on site and attached to one of the track pieces. The coaster will also have an underwater tunnel since that's already in place, which I believe makes it only the second coaster in the world to feature a tunnel under a natural water element, with Anaconda at King's Dominion being the first. This coaster is going to change the landscape of the park, and based on what I've seen, is going to reach over toward Timberwolf Falls' entrance. Mind you, just because there are supports there, that does not mean there will be track directly overhead those places. I think we're going to lose quite a few trees, but I think they will manage to work around Timberwolf Falls, much to my displeasure. Based on the recent teaser, which said, rumor says the park could be building a 213-foot tall water slide with a coaster lift hill, I think this probably will have a 213-foot height, which, when added to the depth of the tunnel, will make this the longest drop on a dive coaster. I also think this will be the longest and fastest dive coaster in the world, meaning Wonderland will, I believe for the first time, be breaking not one, but 3 world records. I think this coaster could also have 4 inversions, and I would be shocked if it had any less than 3. It may also have a splashdown, which could be very popular on summer days with guests heading into Splashworks if they make it so that you can actually be splashed while standing on the pathway. Now for the story, because as Dave Phillips, head of marketing for the park, mentioned in a tweet yesterday, He's excited to share the hashtag CW2019 story. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I think this coaster should be called Sekwi. Hear me out. The first poster with the announcement date, and still the one by front gate, had the date carved into a stone background, hinting at the mining theme. The second poster had an old-looking map of the area surrounding the city of Klondike, located in the Yukon territories. This is where huge deposits of gold were found, thus starting the Klondike Gold Rush. This cements the idea of a mining theme for this new coaster. The third poster features the eye of a bird, some type of eagle or hawk by the looks of it. This brings our minds back to Ziz, the mythical third beast mentioned alongside Behemoth and Leviathan. Alternate names for the exact same creature, Ziz, include Renanin and Sekwi. A few interesting notes about the connection with the Yukon. Lake Labarge, though I can't find anything confirming this is the name of the lake under Vortex, sounds very similar to the name of a lake in the Yukon, Lake Laberge. There is also, on the border of the Yukon and Northwest Territories, a geological formation known as the Sekwi Formation. This formation is composed of, in part, the Sekwi mountain range and the Mackenzie Mountains. Fascinating how this connects with Major Mackenzie Boulevard. And what runs through the Mackenzie Mountains and Sekwi Formation? Keel River, somehow also connecting to Keel Street, just one block east of Canada's Wonderland. What does this all mean? Some of it is surely just coincidence, as most of these names are from historical figures of the time in which they were established. But the Sekwi connection is, in my opinion, too similar to be ignored. The Sekwi Formation is known for preserving fossils from the Cambrian period. As I stated in a previous video, I think this points to the coaster's backstory involving a creature found living within the Sekwi mountain range, or perhaps a group of eggs that begin to hatch. In discovering it, the miners that were there for the gold rush also awoke it, or freed it from its prison within the mountains. Before it became trapped in the mountains, the enormous bird was known as Ziz, but the miners gave it another name based on the location in which it was found, Sekwi. So, what is this ride going to be? Sekwi soars high into the air, pauses, then plummets down through one of the existing mines. A few quotes from the legend, since I want to show just how well this theme and story fits with the original mythical bird. The Ziz is as monstrous of size as Leviathan himself. His ankles rest on the earth, and his head reaches to the very sky. While this could hint at it being a gigadive, I did also mention it could be freshly hatched, meaning it would not be fully grown, so you could excuse the height difference there if you'd like. Another quote, "It once happened that travelers on a vessel noticed a bird. As he stood in the water, it merely covered his feet," referencing the underwater tunnel, "and his head knocked against the sky. 213 feet is still very much in the sky." Now, could they call it Renanin? Sure, but that references the creature being a celestial singer, and nothing here implies that. Could they call it Ziz? Sure, but it doesn't have the best ring to it, and doesn't have those other connections. Now, could it be named Sekwi? I think it could, and as this references the bird being the seer, would blend really well with the teaser poster featuring the eye of a bird. Will it be named any of these? Maybe not. It could be any number of things more or less related to the Yukon Gold Rush. One final point to mention is the significance of the number 3. Ziz, or Sekwi, or Renanin, it has 3 names and is the third beast complementing Behemoth and Leviathan. 3 has been mentioned in the teasers for this coaster multiple times. The posters about the announcement date had 3 different versions: carved in stone, map of the Klondike region, and finally the image of a bird's eye. The teaser video shows the website canadaswonderland.com was visited 3 times, with the most recent time being September 27th, 2017. If you look through their social channels, you'll notice the only post on that day mentioned 3 days until Halloween Haunt started. Finally, the other day, completely randomly, I saw this set of potted plants. 3 tiny green plants in silver buckets just sitting in one of the planter boxes hiding a footer for this coaster. 3 could reference this coaster completing the trio of beasts, but Devil's Advocate could also reference this coaster breaking 3 world records. Regardless, the number 3 is important. We'll find out in a little over 12 hours, so until next time, have a good one.